to the Pinball Wizard section of the Long Live Rock Show. I'm your hoodlum drummer, Rene, and today we're going to be here at my drum workshop. A few weeks ago, we had Greg's guitar workshop, and he told you all kinds of interesting things about guitars and different playing styles and all things like that. And I'm going to brush across some of that also, of some of the instrument itself, some things about different styles, different rhythms, and different playing of drums, and different drums also. I also have a special guest tonight, and his name is Cuda, and he's a very interesting guy. I met him at a show a long time ago, and we've become good friends, and he's a great drummer, and I'd like to introduce him now. Cuda, come on out here. This is Cuda. How you doing?
Good. How you doing? Good to see you.
Good, good. Cuda, what types of bands have you been in?
More recently, I've been doing rock work. In the past, when I was living in the New England area, I was doing some rhythm and blues. Down in Texas, I was working some country and western acts. One special act I worked with out of Dallas was Charlie Pride's Sons Band. And 3 years ago, I moved over to the West Coast where the rock scene was happening. So,
you prefer rock then?
I prefer rock, definitely. I can give my best when it comes to hard rock and roll.
You play all styles, but you prefer rock.
Yeah, I'm a very flexible player, but I pretty much go with the flow. And
I can tell by your drum kit that you're a heavy hitter. That's for sure. Okay, well, what's some of your favorite music?
Right now I'm into what I consider progressive hard rock, progressive metal. Metal is such an elementary term to a lot of people that when I say progressive, I'm talking more time signature changes, more meaningful fills, as opposed to just a straight ahead 2/4 rock and roll feel.
Right. Okay. And who's your favorite drummer? Now, you know who mine is.
Mine's Rene. I really don't have a favorite drummer. I would say probably one of my favorites is, for a long time, has been Ringo Starr, who's absolutely my main influence in the music world.
Ringo Starr. Well, a lot of people say Ringo isn't that good a drummer, but of course, me being a drummer, I know different, and since I'm a Keith Moon clone, and they were such good friends, that I know different also.
Technically, I would say he wasn't that hot of a player, but just his versatility and his flexibility all come into play since the Beatles touched on all different styles of music.
Well, it's like they said, folks, Ringo is not the best drummer in the world, just the most famous, right?
Could very well be.
Right, I think so. So let's talk a little bit about drums, okay? That's what we're here for tonight. First of all, this is a snare drum. I'm sure all you people probably know that, and this is what keeps the time signature pretty much. This is what keeps the rhythm going. And this is an unusual snare. This is one of Cuda's snares. I never saw one with a bottom on it with all these snares before. He says that there's 40 snares on this. Usually there's about 20 or 25 snares on a regular snare drum. And why do you have all these snares on here?
Depending on your style preference, your sound preference, the number of snares can add to a more, what I call a cheesy sound.
A cheesy sound.
A cheesy sound, or a real dry sound if you're using less snares and tighter heads. It's all a matter of musical preference, actually.
And this is a regular snare drum. There's also concert snares that are a little deeper than this, about like that. And this snare drum has what they call a muffler on it, right here. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's got a little knob back here to put the muffler on and off. That's so you can get rid of some of the overtones and some of the ringing out of the ring out of the drum. especially being a chrome snare drum like it is. Wood snare drums, you don't get that much ring out of them. These are much better. Okay, so let's go on to a timpani drum. Over here.
Take your sticks here.
Take my sticks with me. This is a drum that I got about 12 years ago, and it was originally with a marching drum and bugle corps. And you can see that on here they have a little piece here, if you can catch that, and that goes up against your leg, and they carry this thing around. I sure wouldn't want to be carrying the thing around. I tell you that. I'd rather be a snare drummer or something. But I got this from the drum and bugle corps, like I said, and I've been using it ever since. In rock drumming, and that's what I usually do, you don't use this type of drum very often. These drums are normally found in symphony orchestras and big bands, things like that. And they use usually about 3 of them instead of just 1. This is really a smaller one, so it's more mobile, and I get to take it with me wherever I go. Just about.
Better hurry, fellas.
Okay, so let's go up to your drum kit.
You don't hit that.
All right, yeah, Cuda wants me to hit it, and yeah, I forgot to say that we have a crank here, and this changes the tone of the drum. You can get probably about 6 notes out of a timpani drum. You can bring it all the way down, or you can bring it all the way up. Okay?
I was playing the drum, but I was on a medium shot of him.
Okay, so let's go up to see Cuda's drum set and talk about that a little bit. All right, what a great drum kit. This is really nice, Cuda. Tell me something about some of this stuff. Boy, you got drums that I don't even have. What are these?
These are called octobons. They're made by the Tama drum company. As you can see, they're very long, and they give a deep, long sound. They're sharp, but at the same time, the sound has to travel through that whole length of the drum, which gives it a long, deep sound.
And what do you usually use these for?
I use them as a special effect.
Can you show us something?
Well, I'll show you something during my piece later. But these high cymbals here are quite interesting. They're made in
what are those?
the name brand is a Wuhan, W-U-H-A-N, and they're made in the Republic of China. They became popular, I'd say, about 7 years ago when the disco thing started coming in.
It's like a pang cymbal like I have.
Right, right. Real trashy sound. Want me to hit it for you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Folks at home are going to love that. Yeah. And you got, these are really from China.
These are, yeah, made in the Republic of China. I hear
they're handmade?
They're hand-hammered, and from what I understand, the Chinese work very cheap as far as labor is concerned, and they're brought back to the States for a very reasonable price. You could actually feel the sharpness on how they're all hand done.
On that.
Real easy.
Yeah.
And I have to be careful with them.
There's a honkin' cowbell you got too, huh?
Yeah, this is
Is that for your mountain imitations?
this is my dinner call.
Don't call Cuda late for dinner. He's hit his cowbell for you. You could be with me tonight, and I would like you to do a drum solo for the people.
Great, I'd be happy to.
Would you like to do that?
Certainly.
I'm sure that everybody would be anxious to see this. And so you go rock out, and I'll go get a beer or whatever, and I'll be back in a little while.
Okay,
huh?
great. Thanks for asking me on your show.
Okay, knock 'em dead.